The human brain is a very complex organ that is constantly undergoing change in order to adapt to its surroundings. While many parts of the brain are active throughout the day, the majority of it is not used in conjunction with its other parts. This is not to be confused with the popular and widespread myth that we only use 10% of the total brain power available to us. We, in fact, use all of our brain, but not always as intensely in some areas compared to others in order to save energy. Playing music uses most of the brain and can increase the strength of pathways responsible for critical thinking, resulting in it becoming faster and more efficient. Learning a musical instrument will leave a positive, long-lasting effect on the structure and efficiency of the brain. In this video, I will explain the effect music has on the adult and adolescent brain. Playing a musical instrument at a young age when the brain is still in its early stages of development can have positive, lifelong benefits. When someone plays a musical instrument, most of the brain is in full usage. The visual cortex is active to read the notes on the page and stay in time with the director. The auditory cortex is active to react to the sound heard, and the motor cortex is active to adjust to the information provided by the visual and auditory cortexes, and to provide the movements necessary to play the respective instrument. Learning a musical instrument at a young age stimulates areas needed for reasoning, critical thinking, and awareness. The student needs to be aware of the surroundings they hear in their environment to make the decisions necessary to adjust. While reading music, the parts of the brain needed to make these decisions need to be fully active and in constant communication with its constituent parts to allow for the precision expected by a band or orchestra. The corpus callosum, a very important bridge between the two hemispheres of the brain, is strengthened by this communication, resulting in an increase in the volume and activity in the brain's corpus callosum, allowing messages to get across the brain faster and through more diverse routes. This effect is especially useful for young kids, as it allows for the brain to develop more complex pathways when their brain is more flexible and easier to change. When we are young, the structure of our brain is easy to change, and we learn things quicker. This is known as neuroplasticity. As we get older, the neuroplasticity of our brain decreases, thus making the benefits of music not as profound as they were when we were younger. Music, however, does have an important place in the lives of adults with brain injuries or mental disorders. Playing a musical instrument as an adult can help patients with brain injuries or Alzheimer's disease have a better quality of life and recover more quickly. After suffering a damaging brain injury, patients often report increased sensitivity to certain sounds or music. In their paper, How Music Helps to Heal the Injured Brain, Michael Thought and Gerald McIntosh show that music is a highly structured auditory language involving complex perception, cognition, and motor control in the brain. This can effectively be used to retrain and re-educate the injured brain. What this mumbo-jumbo means is that someone who has experienced significant brain trauma might find some relief and even remission from the symptoms associated with their injury by learning to play a musical instrument. Playing music can also help patients with Alzheimer's disease recall memories and ease their stress. In his article on mayoclinic.org, Jonathan Graf Rafford explains that musical memories are often preserved in Alzheimer's disease patients because key areas of the brain are linked to musical memory and are relatively undamaged by the disease. The human brain is just recently being put under the spotlight, and there's still much we do not know about the very thing that allows us to function. Playing a musical instrument appears to have a dramatic effect on the way our brains work and the dynamics of interpersonal interactions. Although we do not understand why, music seems to consistently help improve the way our brains function both in adolescence and adult life.